Here, we're going to try to evaluate the algebraic expression. There are two steps to evaluate in the algebraic expression, or an algebraic equation, in this case. Your two steps is you want to plug in whatever your value, your input value is, so that you can get your output. So you're going to plug it in, and then you're going to apply the order of operations. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, or as we like to call it, PEMDAS. So the first thing when you're evaluating an algebraic expression, you want to go ahead and write PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S, so that you remember how the order to evaluate your expression. So parentheses first, exponents, multiplication, division in the order it occurs from left to right, addition and subtraction in the order it occurs from left to right in your problem. So here we have 4 examples, and we will go through them, evaluating to find out what our output value is for these equations. So we have first f of x is equal to 3x plus 4. Find f of 2. When I see in here 2, that means that I have to put in 2 for everything that has x, because this tells me f of x. So everywhere I see x, I'll put in 2 just like they did in there. So I will write f of 2 equals 3. And I have x, so I'm going to put 2, and remember to put it in a parentheses. So parentheses, 3 parentheses 2 plus 4. Once you have plugged in, that's your first step. You just go ahead and evaluate using your order of operations. So here I have multiplication, so I'm going to do that first before I add. 3 times 2 is 6, and then, so I have f of 2 equals 6 plus 4, and you want to do it one step at a time, so if you make a mistake, you can clearly see where your mistake was. Then next, I'm going to do addition, 6 plus 4, so I get that f of 2 is equal to 6 plus 4 is 10. Let's go to the next example. So we're just going to plug in, and then we're just going to apply our order of operations rule to evaluate. Here I have h of x is equal to minus x minus 4. Find h of 4. In my parentheses, I have 4, so that means that everywhere I have x, I'm going to plug in 4. So I'm just going to rewrite this, h under parentheses 4, close parentheses, equal to, now say minus 4 minus 4. That's my first step, just to plug in. My next step is to go through using the order of operations. So I only have subtraction left, so I have negative 4 minus 4. Well, remember, when you have the same sign combining, then all you have to do is add and take the sign of it. So 4 plus 4 is 8, they're both negative, so negative 4 minus 4 will just be negative 8. So whenever you get to that problem, a negative minus, and then the number, just remember they're the same sign, so you add and you take the sign. Next, we go to example 3. It has y equals 4x plus 30 minus 2. Here, it might seem a little bit difficult because you don't have an f or something, but just remember, it tells me find y when x is 2. That just means I'm plugging in 2 for x. So I'm going to rewrite this, y equal to, you rewrite your problem, but everywhere I see x, now I'm going to put 2 in parentheses. So I'm going to say 4 parentheses 2 plus 30 minus 30. Once you plug in with the parentheses, all you have to do is apply your order of operations. Step 1 is done. Plug in. Now I'm going to apply my order of operations. So I have multiplication. Parentheses means multiplication. So this gives me 4 times 2. That will be 8. So I'm going to write y is equal to 8 plus 30 minus 2. And I'm just applying PEMDAS. Well, 8 plus 30 is 38, and 38 minus 2 gives me 36. So I get y is equal to 36. Last example. This is a little different because it's not linear. It has an exponent that's bigger than 1 for my x. It tells me y is equal to negative x squared plus 3. Find y when x equals 3. I'm just going to rewrite my problem. And where I see x, I'm going to replace what it tells me to, which in this case, it tells me to replace it with 3. And remember, always put your parentheses. This minus is going to be outside my parentheses. So I'm going to do parentheses 3. Then I will proceed to square it plus 3. Once you have plugged in, all that's left to do is to evaluate. I'm going to rewrite this. To evaluate, I simply here would do order of operations. So I'm going to do the square first. I don't have any parentheses, so I go next to exponents. So I'm going to do 3 squared, which is 9, before I multiply times my negative outside. So I have negative 9. Now I can do my multiplication. Negative, that's like saying negative 1 times 9, which is just negative 9, plus 3. And then I go ahead and add. Negative 9 plus 3 is going to be, I have different signs. So remember, same sign you add and you take the sign. Different signs when you're adding. When you're adding, you subtract and take the sign of the bigger one. The sign of the one with the larger absolute value. So negative 9 plus 3, I would say 9 minus 3 is 6. And then I have more of the negative. So my answer will end up being negative 6.